Hello everyone and welcome. We're back and today we're going to be continuing our playthrough of the Council. Last time we left off we had just finished episode 3 Ripples and we had successfully opened up the door. So if you haven't watched the episode then to fill you in, I effectively spent literally about half an hour of real time that I edited down to make it more condensable of me trying to figure out the puzzle. I've never spent so long on a puzzle before, but thankfully it paid off and I got it right. So well done. So today we're going to be jumping straight into it and we're going to be continuing with chapter 4. Let's go. So first we need to pick up some manuscripts, but for the first time ever I've actually not got any to read. Weird. Okay. Maybe that means I've missed some, but look, we've picked up loads, so I don't know. I guess we'll just we'll skip past that then.
I sense that Mr. Peru is about to surprise us too.
I believed in him. I followed him to the best of my ability. I championed his ideas, defended his decisions, and then, without even realizing it, I became lost.
Now that I've told you everything, you want to take my place, do you? No. I am Emily. You are wasting your time. Louis knows very well how to tell us apart.
Someone had the bang coming from the Duchess's room, and she isn't answering.
Louis, you really must learn to conceal your weaknesses better, if you don't want your foes to use them against you.
Our desire is to steer the destiny of our respective countries for the good of all, and to no longer suffer the random hazards of history.
It is the natural order of things, Monsieur de Richet. There have always been men who govern other men. That is simply the way it is.
History forgets them with a disconcerting facility. No one speaks about them, and yet they whisper in the ears of kings and presidents. But where are we?
I don't know, but we better not hang around.
I must admit, I don't remember Duke Manuel saying half those things, but maybe I just missed it.
Be careful, Mother. As if me saying that will make any difference. Knowing Mortimer, I wouldn't be surprised if he rigged his crypt with traps.
So you think the door is not enough?
Do you want to wager your other hand?
You've got a point there. We have to find that weapon. What do you know about the Holy Lance, Louis?
The what?
The Lance of Longinus the Centurion.
Oh, that? That's what we come to find? The lance that a centurion stuck in the side of Christ at his crucifixion?
That's it.
Seriously? You don't really believe that fable, do you?
Every fable is founded on true events. I'm not saying that everything adds up, but imagine if it really did exist.
Very well. Now what?
Well, now you know what you need to find.
Pardon?
I have to get to the wharf to prepare our departure. Let's get off this cursed island as quickly as we can. We shall come back when we are ready and armed.
But hang on.
Louis, let's first get to safety. We shall come back when we have the upper hand. Fear not. You take care of getting the lance. It's imperative. I'll take care of preparing our departure.
Hang on. At least tell me everything you know about this lance.
But I have never seen it. There's nothing else I can say, Louis. Well, you can always go snooping around Mortimer's study. I remember seeing paintings of Longinus there.
Hang on a second.
What's the matter?
Why did you shoot Emily's sister?
Do you really think now is the right time for this?
I want to know, Mother. Why did you betray her?
Listen, Louis. I don't think you've really understood my interest in the Al-Azif. It's not just simple curiosity about some old relic.
You tried to kill her.
And I had no choice, for crying out loud. It must not fall into the hands of the demons, or we are all doomed, don't you see? Listen, I don't know exactly what it contains, but I prefer to be one step ahead. If they want it, There must be a reason, and even if I don't know what it is, I want to stop them for safety's sake, no matter what.
Nothing will stop you if I understand correctly. Not
Enough, Louis. If you could see the extent of their power as I do, then you would understand what I'm saying.
All right, we'll do it your way.
One more thing. If they find you in possession of the lance, they won't let you get away with it. Choose only one and hide it under your jacket so you don't get caught with it. Then run and meet me on the wharf.
And if I get caught?
If they catch you in possession of the lance, we're all doomed. Do you understand?
Perfectly.
Good. And go talk to Piaggi. He's the one who probably knows the most about this.
Okay, so that's our mother acting strange as usual. I must find the Holy Lance. Okay, so we had 2 clues there. We were told we could either search Mortimer's study, or we were told that we could go ask Piaggi. Christ, I wonder what was down here. It's like almost like a forgotten city or something. Okay, well there's a coffin here.
This sarcophagus is engraved with the name of Clemens III. Good God! The one whose cross allowed me to enter.
Education, politics, or linguistics. Let's use education.
That was the Pope from the Middle Ages who inspired the Third Crusade. He gave the Roman people the power to elect their magistrates. This sarcophagus is beautifully made, but ancient. Stone is marked by the passage of time, but it's really well preserved.
Okay. The question is, do we want to do all this down here now, or do we want to go talk to Piaggi first? I think question Cardinal Piaggi is our objective, so we should probably go talk to him first, then we'll investigate the crypt. So let's go do that. But okay. Seems like there's a weird loading screen there. That's fine. So the Holy Lance. So for those of you who don't know the, well, I guess the story, the fable, whether it's true or not, the idea is that in different versions of the Bible, different retellings, Christ didn't die for hours, right? Normally when people are crucified, you don't die from the crucifixion itself because you're just being stabbed in the wrists, right? That's not enough to kill you. So in some versions of the Bible, they chop off your legs. In some versions, they just leave you for days. But one of the stories of the Bible says that eventually a Roman soldier went over and stabbed Christ in the side with a spear, and that's what killed him. So, you know, so that would be what we're looking for now. You know, the end of the spear, the lance.
Carmelite water.
What we're going to do with it,
Say that if you
not
drink
quite
this,
sure,
it'll give you a real boost.
but it seems important nonetheless. And we did see that Cardinal Piaggi and Volner were talking about it earlier, when they were talking about, you know, taking them from the Vatican and stuff like that. Where would we find Piaggi? In his room, I would imagine? Which way? Oh, that leads to the library, I think, doesn't it? So let's go this way, which leads to the conference room. I'm starting to get familiar with the layout of things.
The Cardinal's not in his room. I bet he went back to stuffing himself.
Great. So, do you want to have a little snoop around? Oh, I didn't mean to actually.
The Cardinal's not in his room.
My dear Giuseppe, poor health forbids me from joining you. Please thank Sir Gregory for his invitation.
Okay. Basically, the opposite way we came is where we need to go. Okay, let's find Piaggi. Here he is, solemn as ever. Surely we'd be able to see our mother down there. Right. We never went back down there to see what was through that gate. Because we couldn't get back through the hall. All right, let's talk to Capaci.
Your Eminence, would you have a moment to spare?
Not now, Louis. Please, leave me alone.
I beg your pardon?
I want to be alone.
Very well. I'm only searching for information about the lance of Longinus, the soldier. If you could...
You are not listening to me. You are playing with fire.
I heard you speak to Mr. von Wollner about it, and I was wondering if you could tell me something about it.
That was a private conversation. How could I have known that he was listening to us?
I see what you mean.
Louis, don't push it. Leave while you still can.
Your Eminence, are you all right? Your Eminence, are you with me? Can you turn around, please?
What do you want to know about the Holy Lance, Louis?
Your Eminence, turn around.
This is the weapon used by a Roman centurion on the very day Christ was nailed to the cross.
Look at me.
Longinus thrust his lance in the right side of Jesus.
Please.
As you wish.
His nose is bleeding.
So you are looking for the Holy Lance of Longinus, are you?
He's definitely just been possessed. Alright, we're gonna use a buff. We're gonna use a little perk here.
No, I was wondering about it myself.
Oh, Louis. It's even worse than I thought. I believe you when you say you've only come to find out more. But in that case, it means that Sarah didn't even tell you the point of it all. Because, believe me, you are looking for it. You are looking for the lance. You should know, you are not the only one. Lord Mortimer has spent a good part of his life and his fortune trying to find it. Never will he let you have it. But tell me, before going any further, have you spoken to anyone else about this?
So we can say no, or we can say no with conviction. What's he immune to? Oh, we don't know what he's immune to. Ah, so he's immune to that. Let's just say no.
No, you are the first I've spoken to about it, Your Eminence.
Come now, Louis. Are you quite sure of that?
Oh, dude, it's definitely not him. I reckon, like Holmes, someone's got to be possessing him, because he is not acting himself. I'm glad we used the thing, though, because, yeah, no, he's immune to this, so we're just going to have to admit we are looking for it. Which is the exact thing our mother said don't do. Don't confide in anyone. So someone now knows we're looking for it. That is all on my mother. Shit. Oh, we can't. We have to say my mother. We can either fail the conversation or we can tell him it's not mother. Gonna have to. Yeah, that's grayed out. I can't say it. Okay. We would have been better off not talking to him, because now he's gonna know we've spoken to mother.
Yes, my mother knows about it.
Of course, Sarah. Who else?
That is all.
No one else.
What are you going to use the lance for, exactly?
He's not going to believe that, is he? To drive away demons to protect myself. I feel like to protect myself is the best answer.
I need it.
Why?
You won't understand.
Try me, Louis.
I need to protect myself with it.
Louis, I thank you for your sincerity. I shall answer you about Longinus. You deserve to be told. His spear-headed lance did indeed pierce the side of the Messiah. His blood gushed out, covering the head of the lance. It was covered in the blood of Christ.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Eminence.
You are welcome. Be careful, Louis. You are on a perilous path. Don't follow Sarah's demons, my boy. Don't delve too deeply into her delusions. or you won't be able to come back. The demons that she is frantically trying to drive away are in her own mind. Take good care of yourself. God keep you.
Yeah, I really don't think that was Piaggi we were talking to at the start there. The bit that sticks out to me... Okay, so we could look for more information. The bit that sticks out to me is the start of the conversation where he said, how was I supposed to know he was listening? That was a private conversation. He was not talking to us when he said that. So, I do believe that someone was possessing her. Alright, where would we... She said we could look in Mortimer's study. Is it worth going all the way up there? I mean, where else would we find a depiction? Like, I don't remember seeing a painting of the spear anywhere. I guess we'll quickly go up to Mortimer's study and have a look. He didn't really give us even any information to narrow down to find it, though. You know, all Piaggi kind of said was it was pierced the blood of Christ on his right side. Okay, nothing of use there. Aren't all the paintings up here to do with the Crusades? Crusades, Crusades, Crusades.
Adoration of the Shepherds with Saints Longinus and John. Giulio Romano. 1534.
Okay, nothing there. Is it worth going in his private study? Can we? No, I don't think we can. It's locked off to us. Okay, there's nothing up here then. Unless there's something on his desk. I'm writing with regards to the dates of the paintings that I sent you for your temporary exhibition. Please note that they are all part of my private collection and are dated according to the Freemasons calendar, in use at the time. As you may well have guessed, you must remember to subtract 4,000 years if you don't want the public to be surprised at the dating of the works. No need to remind you that the Freemasons' year begins in March, not January. About the Longinus painting. I took the liberty to have the spear touched up so it better corresponds to the actual spear. I cannot urge you shortly enough to do the same for yours. Yours sincerely, Lord William Alexander Mortimer, Marquess of Westphalshire. Okay, so he's talking about the painting. He had it touched up so the spear looks like the actual painting, or the painting looks like the actual spear, and he sent it off for exhibition. So, where would it be? Would it be in the storage room? Or would it be down by the wharf if he's preparing to send it off? Well, there's him crucified, so maybe there's something nearby. Not there, not there.
The Fall of Phaeton. Another painting by Rubens. Poor Phaeton, struck by lightning for borrowing his father's chariot and losing control of it. Moral, don't steal Dad's chariot.
Specialist in astronomy. Would George Washington know? I mean, he's our friend. He might know.
Good evening, Mr. President.
Good evening.
I'm back on the trail of my mother again. I don't have time to explain, but would you know anything about the Holy Lance?
That's good news. But be careful, Louis. You might end up getting noticed.
Do you know anything or not?
No, I regret I don't. But why not ask von Wallner? Theology is his field, after all.
That's an idea. In that case, I'll try and find him.
You are keeping up the good work, I see. But I'm telling you, keep your guard up. Everyone is rather on edge right now.
You're right. Thanks for everything, Mr. President.
See you later.
Well, I don't want to talk to Von Volner because he's very clearly in the pocket of Sir Holmes, who is apparently a demon. So yeah. Okay. Can we go down to the wharf?
Lord Mortimer certainly has a taste for staging rooms.
No, we can't. Okay, well, that settles it. We're just gonna go make a good guess of it. Weird. I searched the storage room. I couldn't go down to the wharf. I searched Mortimer's study, and I couldn't find the painting anywhere. It's got to have been in like someone's room. Like maybe it's probably in Capaci's room, which I would go look at, but I don't want this episode to go on forever. So we're just gonna go make a good guess of it. So one thing I have noticed about playing this game is while editing it, it is a lot easier to spot like collectibles to pick up while you're editing rather than when you're playing. Like I just walk straight past them, but then I'll see them in the editing. And I think the reason for that is because when you're playing, you're focusing on what you're doing, but when you're watching, you have nothing else to do.
The Gospel of St. John is the most detailed on the subject of the crucifixion.
When they came to Jesus and saw that he was dead already, they broke not his legs, but one of the soldiers with a shimmering lance pierced his side, and forthwith there came out blood and water. And he that saw it bore witness, and his record is true, and he knoweth that he saith true, that ye might believe.
The name of the Roman soldier who killed Christ never appears in the biblical canon. Yet, it is said that he was a centurion and was called Longinus.
So it's a glistening lance belonging to a dude called Longinus in the shape of a boar spear. Those are our clues that we have to go off of. Okay, so let's research, let's investigate these crypts. So we've got a big ass coffin there with Clementine in it.
This one has no name. I wonder who it was for.
Nice. What's this? Looks like a spear to me. Well, let's just examine it first.
Well, here we can see this lance has a leaf shape, is gold rimmed, and a fish is engraved on the tip.
See, this is where if we had more information on it, we could make a more educated guess. But we're working with limited information. So, the Bible we looked at said it had a shimmering quality, which is where the shiny metal comes from. So it has to be a shiny metal and a boar shape.
Flavius Aetius. Flavius Aetius, the one they call the last of the Romans. He was assassinated by his own emperor, who was jealous of all his victories. But how did he end up here? Flavius Aetius. I remember. He was the Roman general who defeated Attila and his hordes in the terrible battle of the Catalonian plains. Flavius Aetius, the one they call the last of the Romans. He was assassinated by his own emperor. But how?
What's this? So this is the second spear we found so far.
This lance has got a blade in the shape of a spear. Its blade is in iron or steel, I think. I can make out a rising sun engraved on the tip.
Okay, well I don't think it's that. It depends, would they consider iron or steel shiny? Could be, under the right conditions.
The sarcophagus has been ravaged by time. It's sort of ageless, I guess. It's entirely sculpted. These symbols, these grooves, cuneiform script. This is humanity's oldest alphabet, the language of Babel. Sadly, no one today even knows how to decipher it. There's also some text engraved beneath in ancient Greek. Sargon.
Oh, so you got a little bit of a stretching UV texture there. So Christ, there's even more sarcophaguses on coffins over there. I wonder if this represents like the generations of Mortimer's family. Maybe the whole demon family, I don't know. Well, this one looks empty. There's a big cross there. What does that mean?
I can see this lance has a spear shape, it is copper rimmed, and it has been engraved with the symbol of the Christian fish on the tip.
Is that a shiny metal? Copper? Probably not.
This lance has a leaf shape. It is copper rimmed. The symbol of the Christian fish is engraved on the tip.
Well, the guy who stabbed him was a Roman legionnaire. And the Romans didn't become Christian until later on. Of course, you didn't even have St. Peter going around talking about Christianity until after Jesus was gone. So it wouldn't really make sense for the Roman legionnaire to have a Christian symbol on his spear, because he would not have, most likely he would not have been Christian yet. He would have had whatever faith the Romans held at the time, which I can't remember what it was.
The sarcophagus of Lord Mortimer.
What's that trait? You've explored all the tombs and crypts. Okay.
Let's see what we can find here.
Oh, do we want to force the lid open? Oh, that's interesting.
It's the only sarcophagus in this crypt which appears to bear the Mortimer family name. What ancestor can it be? There's no inscription. It's the only sarcophagus in the... What ancestor? Let's see what we can find here. It's far too heavy. I'm not going to be able to do it on my own.
Well, we could force it open, but we'll leave it for now. So we've explored the entire crypt, and we've only found 4 spears. So we've got like a 25% chance to pick the right one. I don't know what a boar spear looks like. Well, it's not going to be the one that's in the shape of a leaf, is it? Because a leaf isn't a boar spear, surely. So it has to be shiny, and it has to be in the shape of a boar.
This lance has a leaf shape. It is copper rimmed. The symbol of the Christian fish is engraved on the tip.
Right, well, it's copper rimmed and it's a leaf shape. I don't think a leaf is a boar spear.
I can see this lance has a spear shape. It is copper rimmed, and it has been engraved with the symbol of the Christian fish on the tip.
Is copper a shiny metal? Like, when it's fully polished, yeah, but...
I can see that this lance has the shape of a boar spear. The blade is partially coated in copper, and I can just make out the symbol of the Eye of Ra engraved on the tip.